Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. I am purely trying to make the most informative content possible, and I am not encouraging any dangerous activity with this video. No minors are participating in this video or engaging in any dangerous activity.
With everyday prices inflating and our pitiful bank accounts draining, sometimes it can be hard to buy the new Balisong. You know, the one that everybody is talking about, but you're just too flippin' broke to afford. Well, look no further than the Sirius V4. This Balisong is yet another game-changing budget flipper from LDY. And from one broke guy to a bunch of other broke guys, I like where things are going. From the Orion to the 1.5 to the Corvus, and now this, and maybe this guy too, LDY is carrying the budget market on their shoulders. Throughout this full review, I will do things I have never done before on this channel, such as intentionally beating this knife. I will drop it on my hardwood floor, tip it in the carpet, hit my chair with it, and of course, run it over with a car, jab it into concrete blocks, and you know, while I'm at it, I'll throw it off a literal building. I will also share how you can win your own Sirius V4 and other LDY products in an upcoming competition. And lastly, I have a big announcement regarding that competition that I cannot wait to share. Make sure to watch till the end so you don't miss all that, and maybe even a little overview of the Frank P. Enjoy. The Sirius V4 is the fourth iteration of the infamous Kraken competitor, the Sirius. This is by far the most change the Sirius has gone between variants, and it is only an improvement. The construction of the Sirius hasn't changed at all, as it is still a 7075 aluminum channel construction Balisong with a 440C blade that is heat treated and runs on bushings. Here are the full specs for all you nerds. This isn't awkward at all. For instance, these handles, while staying the same material, have far more grip and aesthetically pleasing cutouts that I love to see. Same with the blade. When I first saw this blade, both the Tonto and Kukri variants, I was enamored by their beauty. The curves and cutouts were second to none anywhere close to this price range, and the closest thing that I can compare it to was the $500 Fellowship Blades Impusa or the $1,000 JK Designs Orca. That says something about the design for sure. The tune and sound of the Sirius has been dialed in even more than before, but it does still have room to grow, as the mega thick washer system they've been using is kind of weird. Something even more weird is their choice of jimping. Oh, it's much better than the nothing of the previous iterations, and just like a platypus, it doesn't do much. Overall, these changes do completely reinvent this Bally while it's still being a Sirius. When you receive your Sirius V4, you'll be warmly greeted with one of the greatest unboxing experiences in Balisong history. With this knife, you'll get a case. Yes, a legitimate carry case, not a box. This case is very high quality and even includes a handle as well as LDY branding. Inside this case, you have multiple things that take this unboxing to the next level. Inside the top portion of this case, you get a very typical packet of spare hardware featuring bushings, pivots, washers, and screws. The first luxury item of this unboxing experience is a microfiber cloth that, speaking from experience, yeah, I used it, works very well. You also get some bandages that are branded better than their knives. And if that razor edge decides to bite, you know what to do. My personal favorite accessory here has to be this little screwdriver. It's a 3D printed keychain screwdriver that holds spare bits and allows you to get great torque when tightening your Bally. This last accessory is a little card that you can scan to see all of the specs of the Sirius V4. You know, in case you didn't pay attention to the on-screen text. And of course, you will get a Sirius V4 sitting still looking pretty. All in all, that is arguably a top 5 Balisong unboxing experience, and it heavily competes with those of Grails. But is its flipping level on par with the unboxing? That's a lot to live up to. The Sirius V4 flips well, and I am not hating on it at all here. But there's just something on here that, one, I don't like, and two, I cannot figure out for the life of me. When I flip the Sirius, it does everything I want it to. Fans are great, rollovers are great, chaplains are great, and there's nothing that it doesn't do great. However, it has a weird feeling that doesn't affect the tricks, but affects how long I can flip it. With a Balisong that I love, I can happily flip it without getting bored, and go for extended periods of time. With the Sirius V4, however, I get a mixture of feeling bored, and even worse, not flipping well. Something about this specific Bally just doesn't go with my flow. Literally. My flow suffers with this thing, and I do not know why. Now, to make this absolutely clear one last time, the Sirius V4 is amazing. I love flipping it, and it's a very competent flipper too, but I just have that odd issue that I cannot get over. If you pick one of these up, I am sure you will love it. It's basically an LDY version of the Squid Industries Kraken, but $100 cheaper. It has nearly the same quality of the Kraken, flips well, but me personally, I would take a Kraken first any day. It is a high bar, and the LDY is getting quite close to that Squid level, but this just doesn't hit that mark. Okay, I know this video is already getting kind of long, but I have an announcement. A huge announcement. LDY is hosting something very special for 1 month only, and I want all of you to be a part of it. Starting November 25th, 2024, the official LDY competition will kick off. This is the biggest online Balisong competition to ever exist, and there are over 50 amazing LDY products that you can win. This competition is much different than the others, as it's not all about flipping. Sure, your flipping will be a big part of your score, but cool and fancy edits will be another way to score big. If you want to enter this competition, you must have an Instagram account, so that might be something you need to work on. The full rulebook as well as the entry details are on the official LDY competition Instagram page, and I will try to have that in the description if I can find it with ease. So, do you remember that other huge announcement I mentioned earlier? Well, I was asked by LDY to be one of the 5 judges of this competition. I will not share who the other 4 judges are in case they want to remain anonymous, but I did get permission from LDY to announce my judgment. I am beyond excited to be a part of this experience, and I cannot wait to watch each and every one of your entries. Make sure to get them in before Christmas Day for your chance to win any of the awesome prizes. Now that I have your attention, let me introduce you to my definitely not biological son, Frank. This is Frank P. Jenkins. Yeah, I call him Prank for short. Someone on Instagram said that, and I don't know who, so I'm sorry if I stole that. But I'm calling him Prank. Prank here was sent to me for completely free by LDY, and in order to spice up this video and get a little extra attention on this guy, here is a mini review of Prank. It has a very standard unboxing experience for something plastic, basically just being a box, and of course a little scannable button, the LDY exclusive. But the specs are where it gets crazy. The Frank P is made of POM plastic, whatever that means. It has steel weights in the ends of the handles and the spine of the blade, but the best part has to be the fact that it's on bushings. You heard that right. It being on bushings means that it can sound like this. Yeah. Man, I love bushings. And the cherry on top, it has titanium inserts. Sure, they're mainly a beauty piece, but they can still be anodized, and you know I like that. Prank also happens to be one of my favorite plastic flippers out there. It has a rigidity that makes it feel premium. The balance is completely dialed in due to the well-implemented weight pins. And as someone who firmly believes that sound enhances flipping, you heard it. Get that white boy out of here. Man, do you even remember that this video is about the Sirius V4? No, didn't think so. Before I give my final thoughts on this knife, I need to both remind you and prepare you for this bloodbath of a smash test. Will Zhang from LDY, who me and Rob Heath met at Blade Show, made me a deal. I do a smash test of the Sirius V4, send it back to him, and he sends me a brand new one, same color, same blade, but buffness is engraved in the handle. Sounds like a deal. As of the recording of this footage, I have not yet run this guy over with a car or thrown it off a building. But after my final thoughts, I will jump back in with that footage, and you'll see what really happens. My final thoughts on the LDY Sirius V4 are about as to be expected. It's probably the best valued Balisong to release since the Orion. Cool design, flips well, good tune, grip, jimping. Dang it! Let's never mention this jimping ever again. It does any trick I throw at it flawlessly, but does have that weird something that turns me away from long flipping sessions with it. The construction, milling, and everything else regarding the design and manufacturing is great, and I think the Sirius V4 is the best bang for your buck Balisong out there right now. My thoughts regarding the Sirius V4 are quite positive. Sure, it has its quirks, but so do all Balisongs. Overall, I think it's amazing, and if you haven't raided your couch recently for loose coins, do that now and pick up a Sirius V4. Don't leave yet. Time for the smash test. Okay, it is future me. I am here with the Sirius V4 right before I beat it. As you can see, the handles have some damage on them because I have not been treating this guy too well because I knew its fate already. The blade has some damage as well. The tip is a little worn down because I literally jabbed it into concrete a whole bunch of times just to test it, you know, before the legitimate smash test. It held up good. So, time for the 6 levels of the smash test. Level 1. Okay, level 1, can it survive a drop on the hardwood floor? Looks like it. Level 2, can it survive being tipped on the carpet? As I showed you earlier, the tip is already a little bit damaged, but let's see what carpet does. Looks pretty good. Level 3, what happens when I hit my chair with it? I think it's okay. Oh, looky there, how convenient, a concrete block. If only I had my Sirius V4. Oh, looky there, my Sirius V4. Let's hit this concrete block. Well, I'd say the tip has seen better days, but it's still there. Take 2. Man, that is really strong. Okay, as you can see, there's a legitimate crater in this concrete block. And as you can see, the tip of the Sirius, while blunt, is still there. Let's go run it over with a car. My mic is out of commission for the night, but as you can see, I've put it under the car wheel like so, to where it will test the Zen pin durability. Let's run it over. Wow. Well, by some miracle, tolerances are still good. Handle gap is still good. It does not even look that scuffed up. This thing is a tank. Let's throw it out my window. Okay, before I legitimately throw it up in the air, let's just see if the tip will survive this. Looks okay. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it up in the air and see what happens. So far, this thing has been a tank. If it breaks here, the durability is still a tank. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Huh. Let me go check it. Oh gosh. Looks like it landed in a little bit of mud. Got mud in a bunch of holes and stuff. Tolerances are good. Holy cow. Well, the Sirius V4 survived all of that. I think the car did the most damage, honestly. Let's check the tip after that like 12-foot drop. It looks okay. Just for the fun of it, let's do a little montage of just last one. I'm gonna throw it with my right hand for maximum destruction. 3, 2, 1. Okay, if anything was gonna break that, that was probably the hardest I've ever thrown a Balisong. And I think it's okay. No tap. Swing's good. It's clogged with dirt, so I'm gonna rinse it out under a faucet and we will go over the final damages. Okay, as you can see, we have damage. That is to be expected. This thing is aluminum, but it handled it really well. The tip is in great shape still, by some miracle. The pivot area has some damage, but you should still be able to get the screws out and all that. The ends of the handles, pretty chewed up, but everything is still good. Okay, that was crazy. I honestly cannot believe that it survived, or exploded. I honestly don't know, because I still have it right here. The footage hasn't been recorded yet. If the Sirius survived all of my intense smash tests, it's an absolute tank. I'd say it'd be one of the greatest beater ballies out there. If it broke in some irreparable way pretty early on, I'd say durability may be an issue. But if it broke, say, when I ran it over with my car, I'd say durability is pretty good, but maybe don't run it over with your car. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my review of the Sirius V4. I'm super happy with how this one turned out, and if you enjoyed yourself, go ahead and drop a like, and maybe even share this with a friend who might want to join this hobby themselves. See you guys.